Hey y'all, what's going on? It's me, Ja, 5-star Ja. If you don't know, yes, I'm back on YouTube. Everybody celebrate, clap it up, you know what I'm saying? Clap, no? Alright, my fault. Back on YouTube. Glad to see y'all. You feel me? Today we're gonna be doing a Q&A slash also how I get my locks permanently curly. A long video on how to get permanently curly locks because I addressed it, but I didn't really tell y'all the whole, you know what I'm saying, whole bit of it. So I'm gonna give y'all like the in-depth tutorial on how I got my locks permanently curly and answer some questions along the way. So let's stay ready for that. So as y'all know, as you can see, I have permanently curly locks. My locks don't go back to being straight unless they are dripping wet. And after they get wet, after a couple hours, they go back to being dry again. So step number one is you want to get, you know what I'm saying, what's it called, like starter locks, or get twist out or whatever it is, however you want to start it, and then leave your hair alone. Don't wash it, don't touch it, just leave your hair alone for like at least like 3 hours. Then you want to lock the top and the bottom of your hair. That's how you're gonna start it off. All right, so somebody said, do you have a girlfriend? No, I don't. I was in a relationship before, as y'all know. I got cheated on, so you know what I'm saying, it wasn't really the great ending to a relationship, but you know what I'm saying, we move. You move on from stuff like that, you get over it. Yeah, that's super question mark. No, I don't have a girlfriend. All right, so step two, after you got your hair, you know what I'm saying, you left it alone for a little bit out of 2 strands. For me, my hair was not locked. My hair was, what's it called? It was out of 2 strands when I locked it. So it was curly already. So what I did was I locked the top of my hair and I locked the bottom of my hair. Not instant locks, it's the difference. I locked the top and the bottom, the rest locked by itself. So it would get fuzzy sometimes. I was like, okay, here's what I gotta do. Re-twist your hair. Not like retwist, but like twist your hair back into twist again. Leave it. Wash your hair. Alright? Wash your hair while it's in the twist so that it never goes out of being curly. Leave it like that. Dry it like that. Let it sit in that position. Curl your hair, take it out. Whenever it gets, you know what I'm saying, fuzzy or anything like that, curl it again. Your hair will get used to being locked and curled into that position, and that'll be the position it wants to stay in. Good? Alright. Alright, last one was short, so I'm gonna do 2 questions. Somebody said, are you a pretty boy who stand on business? I think I'm a regular looking dude. I do model, in case y'all don't know. I am a model. I guess if you want to classify me as a pretty boy because of that, sure. People have told me that. That's my whole aesthetic. Sure, I guess. But I think I'm a regular boy. Somebody also asked me bodies, question mark. Y'all are pretty nosy, but I did say I would answer whatever. So, this one. Very, you know what I'm saying, very near and dear. Not that person, but you know what I'm saying, that experience. I don't really have nothing else to go off of. Yeah, that's about it. I don't know. Maybe that seemed boring to y'all. For me, that's just like, I'm cool with that. Feel me? All right, step number 3. Now that your hair is getting used to being curled and touched like that and locked into that same position, it's gonna start budding. Here's where you don't mess up. Once it starts budding, don't think, oh yeah, my hair is done locking, my hair is locked, blah, 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 blah. I'm just gonna leave it like this and it's never gonna go back. No, it's gonna wanna still revert. Keep curling it, keep washing it in that position all the way up until it gets fully locked. It's gonna take a little minute. In between those, if you gotta hoop, if you gotta do anything that requires sweating, be outside. If you're living somewhere where it's hot, I live in Florida, it's hot out here. Feel me? If you gotta do anything like that, twist it up. Make sure it's getting used to being locked in that curly position. You don't want to get any breaks from that. Make sure it's locked, curly. All right, twist it up. Leave it like that. Once it hits about 3 or 4 months, it'll probably stay like that for a little bit. The only time your hair will go back to being straight is if it gets really wet. Here's the next thing. What's the most important? I'm gonna tell you after this question. All right, so one person said, how long have you had braces for, and what's gonna be my next color? I've had braces for about 4 or 5 months, something like that. And what's gonna be my next color? Right now, I got black. I'm cool with black. The only other color I can see myself doing is pink. I actually got on pink right now. Pink line my wall and everything there, and pink. I ain't gonna lie, pink is my favorite color. Don't want to call me zesty, blah, 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 for that. Hey, that's your prerogative. I just think pink is a beautiful color. So yeah, I would say my next color, if I were to do something different, would be pink, but I'm cool with black. When did you get your first girlfriend and how? Story time. My first girlfriend, I'll never forget. My first girlfriend was in 4th grade. This was 4th grade. I walked outside. I was talking to her. We were sitting on the swings because we had a little playground, right? So we're sitting on the swings. I asked her if she wanted to go under the playground, because under it was like stairs that led up to a place where people would play on, and the monkey bars and such. And under you would go and sit, talk, you feel me? So I asked her, want to go under the playground. But we're sitting under the playground. There's people walking above us, sand probably getting in our hair. I don't know what was on me. I was a wild animal, feel me? But we went over there. We was talking. I asked her, you know what I'm saying? I told her she was pretty, such like that. She said I was cute. And then, yeah, we was together after that. And then she broke up with me, actually, because the nigga was faster than me. That's what started my villain saga. No cap. No, I'm playing. But she did break up with me because a nigga was faster than me. And it was my cousin. That's what's even wickeder. And he didn't even say nothing. No, cousin. Low key, I ain't gonna lie, if you see this, that was messed up, Tony. Alright, now that your hair is locked, pretty much curly, water, you gotta be sensitive to water. Because water will not make your hair go back straight, but it'll make your hair look straight for a little bit. And if your hair isn't really fully trained into being curly, it's just gonna like slowly make your hair revert back. So you have to keep up with it. So even now, even though my hair is locked curly, too much water, not like if I dunk my head in the pool, that's not what I mean, but like too much water consistently will make your hair loosen up and then it'll get straightened out. So even though it's technically permanently curly, yes, it's permanently curly, but to a certain extent. Like, it's never gonna change from looking like this. They can be straighter, they can look straighter, you feel me? But too much water on a consistent basis will make your hair loosen back up to where it'll start to look more wavy than curly, and then it won't necessarily want to go back. So you still gotta maintain your hair. I don't know, I do like what, twice a month, once a month, maybe sometimes. So it's honestly not that bad. But yeah, you just gotta be careful about keeping up with your hair. That's the hardest part about it. And yeah, after that, it should be pretty fun. The only thing I would say is learning how to protect your hair while you sleep. I'm gonna give you all that. Biggest red flags in a girl. A, if she's light skinned. B, if she has curly hair. C, if she has colored eyes. D, if she has two phones, an iPad, and I don't know, something else. Anything that has to do with curly haired light skins with multiple devices, you feel me? They low-key are my weakness, but I don't low-key don't want to have no part of it. You see, you hear that helicopter? It's coming for that evil light skin. But seriously, no cap. Besides those, just being like rude to people in general, random, don't like kids or don't like animals, like what is wrong with you? Those are like two of the cutest things you could possibly see in your entire lifetime. How you don't like them? There's more, I just can't think of them on the spot, but there's definitely more, I ain't gonna lie. Call me pretty boy, I want to make sure I don't look insane for this YouTube video. Line up on 10, no, I know you see them corner, alright, my fault. Oh, I just answered this one. Somebody said, how tall are you? I am 6'3". I don't know if y'all really can tell when I say next stuff, but I am very tall. Without tippy-toeing, I can touch the roof. If I tippy-toe, I can touch the whole roof. I don't think I can really see that, but I am very tall. Look, let me back y'all up. Here we go. Here we go. All right. I am a very tall guy. I'm not gonna lie. See, I'm 6'3" for the person who asked. Somebody said, is this for the YouTube video? Yes, this is for the YouTube video. You're not gonna be in the YouTube video. Appreciate you for tuning in. All right, so last things on the curly locks. Once you get to this point, everything's pretty much fine. The only thing about, you know what I'm saying, at night, preserving your hair, make sure your hair's in the bonnet because you want to keep all the moisture that's in your hair, because dry curls don't look right. They start to look crunchy and more like a Z than a curl. So make sure your hair is moisturized so that it sits in a position that it wants to sit in. How do you ensure that your hair is moisturized? You put oil inside of your scalp and such like that, and sleep with a bonnet overnight so those oils don't just leak onto your pillow or leak out to, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is you're putting your hair on at the end of the day. You feel me? I also realized I gotta do a thumbnail. Hold on. Alright. The thumbnail? No? I'm ugly as shit? My fault. Someone said what's the freakiest thing you ever did? I ain't gonna lie, I really do be chilling. Like, I don't be on, you feel me? Like, I be in the crib, bro. Like, I be cooling by myself. I don't have one. I promise I don't have one. I don't have a most embarrassing moment either. I've really never been embarrassed. That's about it. Alright, so we at the point in the video where I just want to answer y'all's questions. Y'all get the curly locks thing. I done gave the tutorial step by step. If you weren't paying attention, go back and watch that jump. But now I'm just gonna answer y'all questions. Speed run. What made you want to start doing content? Because you ever had a different career choice? I wanted to do content because people told me that I would be good at it and I had to look for it. So I just started doing it. It took off eventually. Now it's damn near my full-time job. What's your type? Big lips, big curly hair, voluminous hair, you know what I'm saying? You got me, I'm going on. Okay. Somebody said, how many kids you want? I just want one. I ain't gonna lie, I just want a girl. Just one girl. Definitely a girl dad. People have told me that. I'm also a mentor, and most of the kids that I get along with are girls, so definitely just want one. Multiple will be fine, but yeah, probably just one girl. And the infamous question, how many locks do you got? I have 94. Just 94 locks. Not a lot, not a little. That's simple. Anyway, appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'm gonna make more videos. I'm gonna see you, but if I don't, be safe.